What's that, Skip? Shauno's talking about Supercoach again. Let's go. G'day everybody, it's Shauno again, and I'm back with some more Supercoach content. Today we're going to be doing our Round 12 review video. And as you can see from the thumbnail there, my rookies are trash. But before we get into why my rookies are trash, don't forget to subscribe. You guys have been so supportive, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the video, and leave me a comment below letting me know how did you do this week. Now, as you can see from the thumbnail, we have a big green arrow. Now, this, I believe, is some type of miracle. As you can see, we only scored a 1724. I already had a thumbnail completed before the ranks came out with a big red arrow prepared. I had it all prepared, big red arrow. But no, we've gone up 3,312 places with this score, and the round 12 rank was 42,521. I guess we managed to go up some places because our overall rank is still so terrible at 61,476. But the good news is, as we've talked about on this channel for the last few weeks, we are now going for our leagues. We want to win the league with all our mates, with all my mates. So I got bragging right to the end of the season, and we did win that league. Big shout out to my good friend Matt, who was in that league, who pretty much tanked round 12 by having 1 million round 12 players. I'm glad I didn't actually come up against anybody who had an even amount of players as I did, or we could have been in some big trouble. So let's get on with it and have a look and see how the team did. Now, I was going to have a bit of a rant, but I think we won the league, so we're going to skip. I know you guys love it, and girls love it when I do the rant. We're not going to have the rant because we're in a pretty good mood. The Eagles did win. I forgot to put my scarf on, but I was wearing it earlier on. So, yes, very happy with the Eagles boys. A nice win there over Essendon. They looked pretty good. So, you know, it's good to see them getting a bit of confidence and getting a few wins for the season. And we won that league. So, you know, overall, we're not too upset. But the actual overall team is pretty average. And I think I had 7 players, yes, count them, 7 players score less than 50 points. Now, that was going to be my rant. I was going to rant about how the rookies why they can't even get a decent score. You know, all we want is 60s and they can't even score 50s. But I thought I'd cut them a bit of slack, being the fact that they're rookies. So let's see how the team did. Jack Sinclair, 128, very nice, doing very well over the last few weeks without Nass in the team. Callum Wilkie, my new buy-in, with 118, very, very nice. Like your work, mate. First week in the team, scores me an easy 100. And yeah, like it very much. Look who showed up. Jordan Clark showed up with 100. It's been a while. It's been a while since he's got 100. He certainly hasn't got one since I bought him in. So this is the first 100 he's got since I bought him into my team with 103. So happy to see that. Pity to say Josh Dacos can't do the same. He hasn't scored 100 for a long time as well with a 69, which is, you know, a good number, but not so good Supercoach score. And then Lindsay, being an Eagles supporter, I was watching this game, and I have to admit I yelled at Lindsay quite a few times. For one of the best kicks in the team, he kicked it straight to an opponent several times. I think he didn't handle the conditions very well. It was very windy, and he didn't really, he didn't really take that into account. He was trying some finesse little kicks, and they just didn't come off. But a 59 is probably overs for what he actually did. But I believe he's got a massive break even now of 116. And I kind of thought that he might be one of the last ones that we sell, but we might have to change our mind depending. Yeah, he's just those type of scores aren't going to cut it, and he's going to lose quite a bit of money if he comes out and loses another. If he gets another 50, he's going to lose like 25, 30K. So I don't know if I can handle that. And good old Will Edwards here, a 19. Really? A 19. Anyway, Bont 119, we had him as our vice, and we decided not to go with it because our league, we were almost a guarantee to win. We thought we'd take a swing at the Gorn captain, and we'll see how that went. Well, you can see how it went, but it went about the same. There was 1 point difference because Gorn scored the 118. So Gone without Max Heath, I thought he had a chance of getting a really huge score, but 118 will still take that. Dacos 111. Finn Callahan, speaking of welcome back to the team, Finn Callahan, your first 100, I believe, or my first decent 100 since you've been in my side. 144, very nice. This is what we got you in for. How about doing this a little bit more often? So him and has got an average score, and him and Clark still decided to show up. Walsh got a 104. Hugh McCluggage, 68. So I keep backing him in to get better every week, and it's just not happening. So, yep, this will have to pretty much say it's got to be a mistake now, but I think I have to live with it. He's going to have to be in my team, and I'm going to have to hope he gets better, but this is pretty average scoring. He can't even get me. If he was getting me 80s and 90s, I probably wouldn't be whinging so much, but he's been getting us, what did he get, like 68 this week? What's the last 3 weeks? A pretty bad reading, I believe. 68, 47, and a 57. And the 3 weeks before that, where he was supposed to be improving, he got 85, 99, and 111. If he had repeated those 3 weeks, I'd probably be happy. But, can't even get a 70. That's pretty average. So then we had a few non-playing players, Butters, Sheasel, and Sharp. Of course, Grundy, we said, buying in a 680k player never works. It hasn't worked for this year, but we're going to do it with Grundy anyway. And guess what? It didn't work. So, yep, way for doing the analysing and doing the opposite. If we had just got in Cameron, we'd be an extra 150 points probably, or 130 points ahead of what we did by getting him Grundy. He'd still probably be good. I've got him in my team, which is nice. Hopefully he comes back this week. But yes, paying 680 at that time was just a mistake. And I know we couldn't read that he was going to get managed, but he just shouldn't be paying 680 for players, and we did it anyway. And it came back to punish us. So hopefully a few of you others out there aren't in the same situation as I am. And if you are, well, we can all feel sorry for ourselves together, can't we? As I said, still not too upset. Gone 118, as we talked about. His captain, not too bad. Flanders, 39, injured. This is a problem. We don't have many trades left, and now Flanders is out for the season. So I was going to trade Philippou this week, but now Flanders is out. Obviously, we have to trade Flanders. So this puts us behind again. We already were worried about not getting a full Primo team, and this just hurts us even more. Especially after the last few weeks, going back to that back row, he looks so much better. And yeah, so a big shout out to Flanders. I hope you're all right, mate, and we hope we see you back as soon as possible next season, I assume. As someone who's had some Achilles injuries myself, I know they hurt a lot and they take a long time to heal. So all the best, mate. We look forward to seeing you back on the football field when you're all better again. Pickett and Philippou, both 70s. Pickett, obviously, we could hope for a little bit more. Philippou, do I have to keep Philippou now? It's a sad state of affairs. I think a 70 is probably one of the better scores I can hope for out of him. 70s or 80s. Yeah, you might have to keep him. Now, this man, Milan Murder, got himself 100, plus he put the clamps down on Archie Roberts. If you've got Archie Roberts, if you've got them both in your team, again, you're probably angry at Murdoch. The same thing has happened to me the last couple of weeks in the last week or the week before for the Whitfield owners, where he did it to Whitfield. Yes, he's clamping down on that running defender every week, plus managed to score some goals and, pop up around himself. So he's doing a very good job for the Eagles, and he's not doing a bad job for our Supercoach sides, and he's pretty much a keeper for me because I don't have much choice. Tyson Edwards, 27. 2 players in my team can't even get 30, let alone 50. So there's another disappointment. Banfield, 36, another disappointing score. And then we had the 2 guys out on their buys, Petrarca and Hall Francis and Luke Jackson. So before we go on, we're going to give our MVP of the team. And we do it like we usually do. If you look down below us down here where it says, gives you my schedule, it will appear. And it is Mr. Finn Callahan. Now, it pains me to do it after the pain he's put me through the last few weeks, but we try to stay non-biased. It's a week-per-week thing. So he smashed it out of the park with a 144 this week, and so he gets the MVP. So if we bring it up, Finn Callahan down the bottom got 3 points. I gave 2 points are not to Sheasel. That is a mistake. It's to Sinclair, that's supposed to be, who got the second highest score in my team. And Milan Murdoch for the rookie who keeps on gave us 100. A 99k rookie who's got us another 100. So he gets 1 point. Not too bad. That's the second time he's polled votes. 3 times Sinclair has poll votes, and the first time Finn Callahan has polled votes in my team. As we can see, though, Bont is still leading by a mile. And, yep, there's not too many. I think I thought I saw someone on 7 votes. Nope, 5 votes. He's still 5 votes ahead of the pack. So he's looking good to win the Dennis Cometti medal. But we will see. There's a long season to go. And who knows? Maybe Milan Murdoch wins it if he can keep this up. Who knows? All right, so now we're going to go through my trades. And so we're going to do our segment that we like to call You're Fired.
This is the last straw, Griffin. You are fired.
Fine. I'm not good enough for this place anyway.
Now, okay, now I have to admit, guys, I haven't really looked at trades at all. All I really know is Flanders has to go. Did that rhyme? So Flanders has to go. And I was going to get rid of Philippou, but actually before we do this, let's put the team back like it would be if it's a normal playing round. Like, I'm not going through the buys. Sheasel down here for Banfield, I guess. Petrarca on for Edwards. Flanders, Pickett, Philippou. Oh, yep. So Murdoch's down here now. So trade Flanders, move Banfield down, and then move Horn Francis across. Oops. What happened to you, Horn Francis? Nope. Horn Francis, yep. So our forward line will be Sheasel, Petrarca, Pickett, Philippou, Murdoch, and Horn Francis with Banfield and Edwards on the bench. And so then we've got this space in the midfield, and we have 640k. So we can pretty much get whoever we want for 640k, but I want to get someone coming off their buys. So we can go to the filter here, and we can take out all the teams. So here are the players that have played their buy. Now, the question is, do we want to just do the one trade here? Or, do we want to try and maybe maybe do 3 trades? I don't think there's a defender that I want, though. And I don't mind the look of the Adelaide defender, the Adelaide Malera, but they do have some people coming back in the back line, Adelaide, and I'm a little bit worried that might affect him. So I'm not real keen on that either. So there's no one really in this buy coming off the defence. So I'm not too sure whether just keeping Lindsay. I'm just afraid he's going to lose lots of money. But let's just say we get who we were thinking about getting, which was, because we're a bit strapped for cash, is getting Matt Rao because he's 515. We kind of like Noah Anderson a little bit better. Matt Rao's only had that one decent score. If we have a look, let's see if you guys can see this. He had a decent score at the beginning of the season. Then he's got his hurt hand. So he's been back since round 4. 55, 106, 125, a 49, a 98, and a 131. So take out that 49. He's got a 106, 125, 98, a 131. So that's pretty good. I do think having Petrarca in the team could affect him a little bit. I do think the new rules affect, if it's not a highly contested game, do affect these midfielders a little bit more. But I prefer Noah Anderson, but if I was to get Noah Anderson, he is an extra, basically 50,000. And that 50,000 could be very valuable. So let's complete this trade. That's the trade we had planned before. We were going to use Philippou to do that. But now we're kind of stuck with Philippou now. Out of Philippou and Lindsay, well, Philippou could actually still make some money. Now we're looking at break evens. Anderson break even at 33, so even though he didn't score well, he could still go up money. Matt Rao will come on for Anderson, I guess, and it will look a little bit like that. Now, the question is, what's Will Edwards' break? He's got a break even at 55 now, and what's this time? He's got a break even at 36. So Will Edwards, I can't really sell Will Edwards, I don't think, because he's going to, well, he's providing me coverage, but not very much. So out of Marshall and Edwards, if I had to get rid of one of them and then put the money on Lindsay, I could potentially get someone like a Holmes. But then I'm already stacked in that round 16 buy, and we're playing for the buys. I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I have to keep Philippou, that's 6 out on that buy. So I don't know if I really want to do that. If I was to trade out Philippou, is there someone that I would really like has come off their buy? Again, we have to do it again. Take these ones out. We've got Petrarca. We could have Miller. Wouldn't be getting Rochelle or McKercher. So there's no one really off this buy. Basically, the only one we would want is Tuke Miller. I don't want too many people out of the Gold Coast Suns in case they have a few matches where they get beat pretty badly. But he's been going between about 80 and 100. So he'd be a reasonable forward, but I don't want to pay 470 for that. So let's cancel that. I don't want to do that. So that might be the only trade, considering I just can't, if I had some type of DPP action, like I kind of wish if I could afford to get a Holmes for like a Philippou, something like that, I would think about it. But I can't do that. So I think this might be the only trade for the week. And then I'm just going to have to suck it up. If Lindsay loses money, he loses money. That 125k really doesn't do much for me. Even if we got rid of McCluggage, which I don't think I'd want to do, the only way we could get enough money to do something really interesting would be to get one of these 99k rookies. And the one that looked really good, apparently in the VFL, the Melbourne guy, Joel Fitzgerald, absolutely smashed it. So he might get a chance more sooner than others. I don't know. Maybe we can see stats. Maybe the stats will show. Let's have a look and see if we can see it on DFS what he actually scored. Joel Fitzgerald, I believe his name is. He's not even, they must be, maybe that's only the players that have played. Let's see if we just type it in. No results found. Maybe he's not there yet because he hasn't played. I thought maybe we might be able to see his VFL stats, but maybe not. Yeah, so as for trades go, I don't really know if I'm going to do anything else. I'm going to have a bit more of a play with it when I'm not hanging out here and wasting all your guys and girls' time. Make sure you check out my trades and captains videos, which should come out either Tuesday night or Wednesday. And I'll not only go through what more I'm thinking, once I've had a good think about it, but I'll go through what I think are the best options for you guys and girls out there in the community who might not be playing for leagues and might be playing for overall ranking, or even just to win the Supercoach Cup maybe. But we'll go through that for you guys. And so at the moment, we're just going to leave the trades at that one. It's always nice to save a few trades too when you are going for leagues, especially if I think I can win next week. So maybe we should have a quick look at that. So next week will be round 13. I play one of the top teams. This guy's ranked in the top 1,000, and he's in my league. And so I'm predicted to win by a bit, but he'll have players to bring back on the field. And I know that if we look at the buys, so Richmond and GWS, he's got Lockie Ash, Finn Callahan, and Lockie Ash, Finn Callahan, and Lockie Whitfield. So he's got 3, and I've got just the 1 in the way of Finn Callahan. But his team is quite a bit better than me. He's got Holmes. Who else has he got? He's got some big dogs. So it's still going to be tight. We've both got Grundy. It's still going to be tricky to beat him. But I think that little bit of advantage of him having those extra couple of guys out might help me, but I wouldn't be surprised if he upgrades a few of his rookies to other primos. So I still think it's going to be a lot closer than what it says here. But hopefully that slight advantage of him having the 2 GWS guys helps me get that win. All right, so I think that's enough about trades. I guess that takes us to our next section where we talk about our captains and vice captain choices, and we call this segment, Oh Captain, My Captain.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson.
All right, so for me, let's have a look at the matchups this week. You got Adelaide versus Geelong. I've got nobody there for me. Hawthorn versus Western Bulldogs, a tough matchup. Maybe you could go Bont, but I don't think he went didn't he played Hawthorn earlier on this year and only got 84 points, so he might get a bit of a tag there, so maybe not. Then you got North versus Fremantle. So Jackson hasn't turned up for a couple of weeks now. Plus he's got the big Sherry. So maybe nobody there for me. And, they might put some work into Sheasel. So maybe not a Sheasel. Then you've got Gold Coast versus Brisbane. Another tough match. Another match where I'm not really confident whether I could go with a Petrarca or Rao. Again, they might find it a bit rough. Then there's Port versus West Coast. So I think last time Port played West Coast, I think we won, right? Did we win? I know in the preseason they smashed us. And then I thought he smashed us again, but he still scored 126 in round 3. So that's enough to give me a bit of confidence. They might send Hoff to him, but I think out of all the choices so far, that's probably my preferred choice. And then or we could go Grundy into Gawn. Grundy plays St Kilda with the 2 rucks. And then Gawn into Collingwood. So Gawn versus Cameron. So I think there's going to be one of my 2 choices. If Grundy is renamed, he's got a week off, do we give him a run? Go ruck into ruck, or do we let go Butters against West Coast and see if he can go crazy? I think it's going to be one of those choices. I'd really like, West Coast actually playing better than what we expect. We might even give Port a run for their money. Not just saying that, we still could lose by 100 points, but we've been playing a lot better lately. And so I think we could be a closer game, and there could even be a chance. I don't want to say to win the game because then we'll definitely lose, but I think we could at least, make a showing of this game. It's not at home, so that's probably not going to help very much. I don't believe it's at home anyway. Oh, it is. It's at Optus Stadium. So, that's actually pretty good. That gives us a reasonable chance. Cool. So that's who my vice captain and captain options will be. So we're going to keep this video pretty short. Again, considering I had such an average score and I got myself a green arrow, it makes me think that a lot of you guys and girls out in the community probably had a pretty rough round. So congratulations if you did go up in rank. And if you went down, sorry to hear that. All better. I hope all the best for next week. I'm sure things will pick up. Don't forget before you take off that you hit that subscribe button and that you like the video and you leave me a comment down below letting me know how you did, who your trade's going to be, and who is your vice captain and captain for this upcoming week. Don't forget to keep an eye out for my trades and captains video on Wednesday, and then again for the live video on Thursday. And if you join my Discord, don't forget to pop your team in the post my team here section. And when we do that live video, we will feature your team up on the screen. Anyway, crew, thanks so much again for all your support, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Take it away, Skip.